Hey everybody, how's it going? We're back again.
We just got done watching the England or the Lionesses versus versus Netherlands. We just got done watching it a couple hours ago at this point, and I didn't think we were gonna necessarily make a video dedicated to just that match, but I thought we kind of had to because what a game it was. Sara and I both watched it. As we know, if the Lionesses went into this game and they lost, their Olympic hopes would be over to qualify.
Yeah.
So it was really, really important. And I mean, it wasn't looking good for a while, but...
I know, I was nervous.
But England always finds a way to come back a lot of times. They really just find a way to come back and not lose.
The sorcery.
But I mean, going into the game, the one thing I did notice was Emma Hayes was doing commentary. And
yeah, that was interesting.
Only because we have the perspective. She's done commentary before in analytics or however you say that. Uh-huh. But now it's a whole new take on it with, okay, she's looking at these national teams like this is her competition. Like these are going to be my competition going on the national stage. And it's interesting
she must destroy them all. No.
So it's interesting to see her mindset when she does commentary about these are the teams you are coaching against effectively, you know what I mean? Yes. Essentially. So I thought that was interesting, and well,
she's got to study the competition,
Exactly. The final score was 3-2, but wow, how we got there was quite interesting.
Yeah, it was wild.
The first 10 minutes or so, it was a strong start for England. For the first 10 minutes, the commentators kept saying the Dutch can't get up the pitch. England wasn't messing around. Just 10 minutes in, this is where things started to get wild. 10 minutes in, Lauren Hemp had a shot and went just right of the goal. I guess right, left, right. It went just right, left. But the Dutch goalkeeper, she got a hand on it. But after the Dutch goalie got a hand on it, the ref didn't acknowledge that and I guess didn't see it. Then gave the ball to the goalie to do a goal kick. Now, whoa. The commentators said, people online said, that should have been a corner kick because the goalie was the last person to touch the ball. Someone goes here, still fuming at the first goal, which should have been an England corner, not a Netherlands goal kick, which would have dramatically changed the results here, which is true, even at the very end.
I was going to say.
Because just 2 minutes later, Beerensteyn scored.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, that whole sequence, it shouldn't have been a goal kick. It should have been a corner kick. Then the next play, Beerensteyn goes on to score.
That was wild.
At that point, if I'm an English fan, I was kind of rooting for both teams, but if say that's the U.S. women's national team and that happened, oh my gosh.
Oh, I'd be ripping my shirt off.
Yes, I'd be really mad. I know
throwing it at the ref.
I know that's the way it goes or whatnot. And I don't even think a VAR would have been able to overturn that in VAR rules. I don't know if that's something a VAR can overturn. That was upsetting. And if you saw Beerensteyn score, she deserved that goal. What she did, it shouldn't have been a goal kick, but she kind of did that back move a little bit, and then Carter and Lucy Bronze kind of hit into each other. A lot of people say because of Lucy Bronze's late reaction time, that's why that goal was able to happen. Not to blame Lucy.
Don't blame my Lucy.
But some people think, and a lot of people said Jess Carter didn't have a great game either. So a lot of people are saying, that could have possibly been avoided by them having better organization on that back line. So, yeah. But a lot of people said shouldn't have been a goal because it shouldn't have been it shouldn't have been a goal kick. It would have been a corner. So that kind of set the tone for the game.
Controversial.
Yeah. And then in the 35th minute, Beerensteyn scores again.
Oh my gosh.
And at this point, we're like 2 down. Oh my gosh. And if you saw the goal, everyone saw the goal. A lot of people are saying Mary Earps kind of misjudged that ball.
Yeah.
Should have saved that. She was heartbroken after the match. I think we're going to read from an article after, but she was heartbroken. Mm-hmm. She was heartbroken. She felt really bad. And although maybe, she should have saved it. Even Serena Vigman says, hey, maybe you should have, maybe you shouldn't have. That's just the way soccer goes. You win as a team, you lose it as a team.
Exactly.
And Beerensteyn's, it was a strong strike from Beerensteyn. So you don't want to discredit the strong strike she had into that goal.
Right.
But at that point, I'm thinking, okay, down to the Netherlands. It's going to be an uphill battle to come back.
Yes.
It went to halftime. It was 2 down, 2-0. But second half, first thing we saw is Beth Mead came in, and I think Beth Mead looked hungry. Beth Mead looked hungry the whole game. She didn't.
Yeah, it was the first time she was playing since a year ago.
Yes.
With the national team, so.
And she looked hungry. She didn't score, but she made a big impact in that second half. And second half, it was kind of the tale of two halves. That first half was, Netherlands looked organized. Netherlands looked hungry. The Lionesses didn't play that well. But the second half was England. And then I guess in the 58th minute, Georgia Stanway
coming in with a Georgia Stanway goal.
Yes.
Girl, I heard you. You were going to say gorgeous Stanway goal. Okay.
Great. Yeah. So excited. So at that point, you're thinking, okay, down 1 Netherlands. Okay. Down 1. Then just 2 minutes later, I was shocked. It was Lauren Hemp 2 minutes later scored another beauty. And Lauren Hemp had a great game, but 2-2. From coming back from 2s down to 2-2, very exciting.
Yes, the game got so much more exciting. It was always exciting, but, now that it's tied, it's like, whoo, anything could happen.
Right, yeah.
And anything did.
We're kind of skipping ahead here because we're just going to get to the end, because in the 80th minute, Beth Mead had a close call. She had a header, and it was close. She was hungry. She wanted, I think she wanted to have, the winning goal.
That'd be hot.
Yeah, exactly. They kept saying, winning, they have to win not to be eliminated. But realistically, they needed to win by 2 goals to really be in the driver's seat.
Right.
But I think just to win, not to be eliminated, was their mentality. We just need to win. But in the 90th plus 1 minute, off the bench, TOONE comes up and she scores. It was a beautiful goal.
Beautiful. Last
minute goal. The way it went in there, kind of snuck by her, and that was it. They came back from a 2-goal deficit, and that's what England does. That's really what England does. I will say there was a little bit of controversy because some people think that the ref blew the last bit of the whistle too early. They think they should. People are saying, I don't have it in front of me, that they had at least another 7-8 seconds that they could have blown it a little bit later. That's one thing about soccer, football, that it is so kind of jarring to someone who, you grew up watching American football or basketball. It's down to the seconds. It's not this kind of arbitrary, we have 10 seconds. It's more like in American football or American basketball, it's so precise to the 10th of a second. So soccer is a little weird like that.
Oh yeah, they just blow the whistle whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, isn't that kind of weird?
Who's making up these rules?
But at the end of the day, they did win. They are non-eliminated. Now there's going to be an interesting situation going forward with the next game that's going to happen Tuesday. But I'm going to have Sara read from a little bit from this article.
Mary Earps haunted by Howler as Lionesses' Olympic dream now out of their hands. Distraught England goalkeeper Mary Earps said her mistake against the Netherlands would haunt her for a long time, despite the Lionesses producing a thrilling comeback that kept their hopes of qualifying for the Olympics on behalf of Team GB alive. Earps softly spilt Beerensteyn's strike that put the Dutch 2-0 up at halftime, with Beerensteyn having capitalized on some more poor England defending to get her opener. The Lionesses then scored twice in the space of a minute before TOONE won a gripping game second half stoppage time. England's players, and none more so than Mary Earps, were downbeat at full time, though, because they had been aiming to win by a margin of 2 goals to enhance their chances of finishing above the Netherlands in the group. They can still top the group to stay in the hunt for Olympic qualification. However, if England and the Netherlands both win their final Nations League group games on Tuesday, the Lionesses would need to win in Glasgow by at least a 3-goal margin greater than whatever the Netherlands' margin victory is. Hence why the squad slumped to the floor on the Wembley pitch at full time as the crowd celebrated their impressive victory.
So that's kind of the situation. They can still qualify for the Olympics. Both win. Based on this, they have to win by a 3-point margin. So this is where this gets wild for anyone involved in this situation. This, I think, is the storyline. So basically, England are going to play Scotland. If England wants to qualify for the Olympics, they're playing Scotland. But this is how wild it is. England and Scotland are both representing Team GB. So they both have a stake in the race because they are both technically Team GB.
And that's why I'm saying they're going to let England win.
So, okay, I'm going to read this and then we're going to, okay.
Insanely bizarre. For the Scottish to play Olympics football, they will have to lose to England next game. So Great Britain can only play Olympics if England is at the top of the table. England plays against Scotland soon, and if England wins, Scottish players can play for Great Britain. But if England loses and Scotland wins, both have lost. So Scotland can't really win, but only if England wins and they lose.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
it's very complicated. We all know what needs to happen for them to qualify, right? In order to qualify.
So basically, and then someone says right here, any Scotland players who want to go to the Olympics just have to let England win 8-0. Because the more points you win by, if Netherlands also wins, they have to win by at least 3. But say Netherlands beats Belgium by 2 or 3, then they're going to need to win by a lot, England, to make up point differential. So basically, people are saying, how is this make sense? Why did they put the group so...
Well, how's that fair?
Scotland, basically, if any of their players have a chance to be in Team GB, they have to lose big for them to go to the Olympics. They have to lose to go to the Olympics.
That's wild.
It's weird.
They should just sleep while they just let the Lionesses just keep scoring. Close your eyes.
Yeah, I see right here. The situation between Scotland and England is insane.
How do we think it's gonna go?
See, this is what
Scotland gonna show up, or
this is what I read. This is what I'm reading in. There's only about 1 or 2 players who have any chance, from what I've read. I'm not quite sure if this is true. There's only about 1 or 2 players who have any chance of making Team GB for the Olympics. Aaron Cuthbert being one of them, and maybe someone. But the rest of the Scots are gonna be like, oh, we're gonna help Team GB, which is basically England. They want to still win and have pride, you know what I mean? And
True.
If they know that they're not going to have a chance to be on the team, then it's like they're not. Most people think that they're not going to just let England win to kind of do it for Team GB.
But it's their sister country.
I
mean,
I wonder if that's even like legally allowed through UEFA or whatever. Like you can't go in there to lose. I mean, you
sounds like shaving points.
Yeah,
like highly illegal.
Maybe
also One Tree Hill.
Oh yeah. Maybe you can get in trouble for that. UEFA's gonna go on there and says you can't try to lose, even though it makes sense for you to lose. You will win because they're technically Team GB too. It is weird. I don't think it's quite fair. It puts them in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah. No. What if this happens? I feel like this has happened. You try to lose and then you end up winning by accident. That's such a movie.
So my question for everyone out there is, do you think Scotland's going to go into there thinking, oh, we're Team GB, it's going to be great, we have team pride in GB, so we're not going to try our hardest? Or do you think the Scottish players are going to be like, freak to England, because more than likely Serena Vigman's not going to really pick any of the Scottish players, because there's always kind of controversy with that, but
maybe they'll impress her.
Yeah, but so what does everyone think? I mean, that is the big story. I think the big story is they came back from 2 points down to win. Now the situation in Scotland, or now the situation with Scotland. What does everyone think? I mean, what is everything? I personally think Scotland's going to go out there to win. I think they have no allegiance at this point. I think they're going to say, we want to win. We have pride to play for. Also, every game you play internationally, your points for your ranking for FIFA, I believe, is impacted. What if they lose by 10 and then maybe Scotland's ranked 20? I'm not sure what they're ranked right now, but then FIFA says, okay, you're going to be ranked 30 now. You don't want that.
Sometimes you got to make a sacrifice for a big sacrifice for your sister country.
Yeah. With Olympic qualification at stake, UEFA should have made sure England and Scotland were kept separate at the draw. If England do win big their last game against Scotland, and it will always be suspect. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's like siblings playing each other.
Yeah. That's like what they used to say, like Serena and Venus, when they would play each other. They had a deciding, I'm going to let her win. No, I'm going to let her win this time. So, yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure you just go to smash it.
Yeah.
You go to win.
So we will see what happens Tuesday, but those were the big things. What do you guys think down below? What is the biggest impact of this game? We were screaming. This game was wild. All the implications. I will say this. I felt bad for the Netherlands. I was rooting for the Netherlands. I was kind of 50-50 who I was rooting for. Tuesday's going to be a big, big, big day. Also, We did not watch the Sweden game, but Sweden played Switzerland, and Sweden officially is out of the Olympics. They will not qualify for the Olympics. And I think some USA fans, not Sara and I, but some were kind of happy.
I'm just replaying the moment that a listener is waving her finger saying no, and that's the meme in my head.
Yeah,
thinking about this. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
I love Team Sweden. I think they're a great team, but they had a lot of injuries. So I mean, a lot of people knew that this was not shocking to a lot of people that this happened. They are not at their best right now. Also, Spain lost against Italy. Italy is like a force now. They've been. Ever since the World Cup, they had some strife, and they've been killing it recently. Australia, we're gonna go watch that right now as soon as we are done filming this. But that should be interesting tomorrow. USA versus China. So there's a lot going on.
Soccer overload.
Yes,
my brain is woo.
But that game for Netherlands v England, that was a wild game. I'm happy for England. They are not out. England's playing Scotland. It's just so crazy. It's just crazy.
Europe is crazy.
What do you guys think? What does everyone think about this England-Scotland situation? And what did you think about the comeback? Big comeback. We were pumped. We were screaming.
And Mary, don't feel bad because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Nobody's freaking perfect. Exactly. Why do they expect people to be perfect? Like, I'm sorry, not even AI is perfect.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't feel bad because she's, but
she's only human. That was terrible.
Questions, comments down below. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night.
Bye.